Hi guys! Welcome back. And today we're gonna talk about K-drama, as you can see in my background. And today we have a special guest with us, Lucy.
Hi. The last episode, we dedicated the whole video to our friend Lucy because she asked the question about Instagram-worthy cafes and restaurants in New York. So we thought it would be really nice if she could join us for this episode and talk with us because we like her and she loves us and
Yes.
she does. So yeah.
I love you guys.
Aww. And I think Lucy is now in LA.
I'm in LA, where it's really hot.
Can you tell us what you've been up to recently?
Well, through the summer, I was just, staying in, not doing much, talking to you guys every once in a while. And then about a week and a half ago, I started rehearsing again with my quartet. So I've been driving I haven't been driving. Hal's been driving, but I'm going into downtown to rehearse every day. So it's been busy. So I'm in a string quartet. So that means, there's another violin, there's a viola and a cello apart from me.
And sorry, what instrument do you play?
I play the
Viola.
violin.
Viola.
I play the viola. It's been nice to see people again. Honestly, I don't really like the commute because, I don't know, being in cars for a long time makes me pretty car sick. But besides that, it's been good. And also in LA, usually the traffic is much worse. From where I am now, it usually takes an hour and a half at least to get to downtown. But recently it's been taking only an hour. Yeah, because of COVID, the traffic has been a lot better. I'm so happy to be on the show today. I'm honored to be invited.
Thank you for joining us. We are very honored that you decided to.
Yes. Oh my god. So the reason why we're talking about K-drama today is mainly because it's a big part in our lives. So we literally watch K-drama almost every day. I mean, for me, almost every day. I don't know about you
same.
guys, but yeah.
We do talk about K-drama together.
Yeah.
And then we would ask what we would recommend.
And we will always ask each other hey, have you ever watched that before? Is it good? So should I start? Otherwise I would just be wasting time on that drama,
Do you guys watch other dramas on Netflix? I watch a bunch of different ones. I've been watching Breaking Bad, I've been watching Black Mirror, and there's a bunch of really good shows, but I always watch K-drama. That's just throughout, I don't know, since middle school, I've always watched Korean dramas.
Yes.
For today's video, we want to talk about K-dramas, and how we're going to do it is each of us have come up with 3 dramas, and we'll just go in order.
Okay, the first one I'm gonna talk about is Full House. I don't know if any of you have ever watched that before. You did?
That's
Oh,
such a
okay.
OG.
Yes. So that was the very first K-drama I've ever watched in my life. But anyways, it was a big hit in Asia at that time. And this story kind of talk about Jian, who is a script writer. So she lives in the Full House, which is the name of the drama. And then that house was built by her father. But then I think he died. I can't really remember, right? Yeah, I think he died.
I don't remember those details.
Yeah, I don't.
Anyways, but then 2 of her best friends actually betrayed her. So they sold the house to a K-pop idol. It's just talking about how Jian wants to buy that house back from Rain. So she becomes a maid at this house, just working for him. And they fall in love at last. At that time, I really like it. I think it was mainly because of the romantic stuff in this drama. And that was the first drama I've ever watched. So I don't know what to expect. So,
And then your life was changed forever.
yes.
Those days, Rain still had the long hair, right?
Yeah, curly long hair.
Yeah, that's such a early
2000s.
Asian. Yeah.
I remember I was really obsessed with Rain, and he was still at JYP
Oh, yeah.
Entertainment, and elementary school that I went in Korea was about a 5-minute walk from there. So I used to stand just nearby, and then one of the high school girl was like, yeah, I saw Rain at this restaurant where they sell the tteokbokki.
Oh.
So apparently he went there one day. So every day I went there and I just sat there and I just waited until he showed up, and I never got to see him. But I went to one concert without knowing that he was going to be there. And then, oh my god, there was one scene that I still remember. So he like sang, and after he got really like sweaty and like all like ooh la la kind of thing, and I was like, ooh, I know. And I think I was in grade 3, so I didn't know what the hype was all about. But now thinking about it, in between one song to the other, there was a white screen, like a light that like created a shadow, so people only saw his shadow. And then he like took off his shirt, and then everyone they went wild, and I was like, ew. And then the screen went down, and then he was just wearing like this like white tank top. I remember, and I was like, ooh, gross. But now,
He was so hot. Oh my god.
Why didn't I notice it before? Oh,
Do you listen to the new song with Zico? Rain and Zico.
Oh yeah, dude.
Summer heat.
Sorry.
Oh my god, his abs. Oh, some
fine.
water.
Me too. This is like my go-to drama that I watch whenever I want something very dramatic, but I want something that I can watch more than 20 episodes, because that's only like maybe 20 hours of your life instead of 103. This drama is called Family Secret. In Korean, it's 가족의 비밀, and it was released in 2014, and there's 103 episodes. This is not like your typical Korean drama. This is like made for ajumas, who are basically women in their 40s and then above, because drama happens every morning from Monday to Friday, and it's about an hour. So it's like when all the kids are gone and your husband goes out for work and you're a housewife and you're just like, oh, I don't want to do any of the chores, or like, I've done all the chores, I have nothing to do now. You turn on the TV and then you watch these dramas. And these dramas are basically, each episode, there's something that flips the whole story. The plot of this drama is this woman, who's the main character, is married to a rich man who is having an affair. And then grandma is the one who runs this big company. And then they have a beautiful daughter who apparently gets kidnapped by one of the family member. Each episode, there was something happening. There is an affair that's happening, and there is some secret from the family. Therefore, it's called Family Secret. Get it? And then there's something that has to do with finding her true love, and then her purpose as a mother and as a woman and as a wife. There's a lot of stress when I watch this, but I love it.
It's basically like a soap opera, right?
Yeah, it is.
I'll talk about the one I'm watching right now. It's called Something in the Rain, and it's with, like in Cherry's thumbnail, it's the lady in red. The reason why I watched it is because I saw it on Netflix, and because I really like the actress. And basically, the story is about a woman, and the actress that I really like. She's in her 30s, and she's working at this coffee company. And in the beginning of the drama, she just gets dumped by her boyfriend, who her family really likes, because I think his family has a really high social standing, and he's, just a prostitute or something like that. And she has a best friend who she grew up with since she was really little. And the story is about the best friend's younger brother, who just came back from America. He's in his 20s. And the story is about how this woman in her 30s falls in love with the guy in his 20s, but their families are against it. I think it's considered taboo in Korea to have a relationship like that. And I think the family doesn't like it because he comes from a single parent family. So really interesting. It just kind of examines that issue. And then in the midst of all of that, the woman is working in a coffee company, and all the female coworkers are facing kind of sexual harassment from their male colleague very often. So that's another issue that's going on through the drama. And it's really interesting how it takes a look at these things, because I haven't really seen a Korean drama that talks about sexual harassment so much. I think it's not like a very, very exciting kind of drama, but it's just, there's just something about it. It's really realistic, and I really like the soundtrack because it has some great songs in there.
And it's just very soothing. Like, there's nothing too dramatic about it. It's nice to watch it. I think it's interesting how they talk about, like, older women, like, dating a younger guy. I don't think I see it that often in K-dramas.
And I think they're really cute together, and she's a really great actress.
Oh yeah, and she's so pretty.
I know.
I want her face. Oh wait, I'm gonna key a face here later. So it's gonna be voice over flowers.
Oh my gosh.
I love this. Okay, I actually watched the Taiwanese version as well. I really like it at that time. I remember I only put it in my list because it's such a like a OG thing to watch this, and it was also a hit in 2009, I think. Yeah. So this drama was based on a Japanese manga, and it was just literally talking about like a romantic story between four bullies at like a high school with like a really poor girl, which is such a typical Korean drama
So
topic.
typical.
Yeah, the leader of F4 like really liked the poor little girl, but then she kind of liked another guy in F4, so there's like a love triangle. It's not too dramatic, right? I don't know. It's kind of predictable.
Yeah, but I feel like so many places made this because it originally came from like the manga or something, the
Manga,
Japanese.
yeah.
Yeah, and then like China made like several versions of it, like
Yes.
Taiwan, Korea. So it's just like so iconic.
I remember at that time, I really liked the other guy in F4. So like not the main guy. He's Kim
The
something.
violin?
Yes.
Or the pottery? Which
No,
one?
no.
Or the
It's the
Playboy?
violin one. It's a violin one. But then after I watched City Hunter, I was like, oh my god, Lee Min Ho! And it looks like that because with all the curly hair, he looks like hate me if I say that, but he's just it's not attractive to me.
I think that was his like a starting point to become like the next hit actor,
Yeah.
but also that was like his worst hairstyle.
I think so.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Terrible.
I liked him a lot in Dearest, like his look, and
Yeah.
also Legend of the Blue Sea. Actually, for this drama, I watched only a couple episodes. The first one I watched was a Taiwanese one, and then when I was in middle school, I watched the Chinese version. And then after that, I watched a Korean one. So I think at that point, I just thought it was a little too predictable. But that's
Yeah.
not really the drama's fault. It's because I've already seen two versions of it.
Which one did you like better?
I think I like the girl character in the Chinese one, but I like the male character from the Korean one.
Oh, of course.
I really like Kim Bum. Is that his name?
Oh
Yes,
my
Kim Bum.
god,
Oh
yeah,
my
he's my
Yeah, I
gosh.
thought he
was
was
also
so
my favorite.
attractive.
So the next one that I'm going to talk about, it's called Gentleman's Dignity. I first didn't watch this because I thought the actors and the actresses were sort of not my like age appropriate. They're older actors. It's like a rom-com. And it's about four men who are in their 40s and been like friends since they were 18. And it's about how to balance career and their life, like love life. It's a struggle to balance both like your personal life and also like what you want to thrive in your career.
I would talk about my all-time favorite, which is, I don't know, everyone has different titles, but it's called You Who Came from the Stars. You guys have seen that, right?
来自星星的你, right?
Kim Soo-hyun. Yeah, that was like the one that just completely, I don't know, it was like really popular. It was super popular. Everybody was talking about it. I watched that one when I was in my freshman year of college. And the drama is basically about, every time I explain the plot to somebody, they're always like, what is this? This is so weird. Why would I watch this? So basically, the guy is an alien, and then he comes to Korea like hundreds of years ago from present day, and he meets this young girl, and they help each other out, but in the time period that they're in, they cannot have a romance because it's like taboo again. So anyway, they meet again in present day because this guy is immortal. He just stays the same age, and like he just stays the same age all through like a couple hundred years. And then in present day in Korea, he meets this pop star idol. Basically, the alien and the girl meet again, except the girl now, she's like this famous actress.
Oh, okay. So the girl, so he met her in a different time of period.
Yeah.
And then because he is, doesn't die and stay
Yeah.
young forever, he meets her again, but in a different time period, which is the present time in Korea.
Mm-hmm. And
Yes.
the drama is set in the present time.
Okay. Didn't watch it, sorry, so I don't actually know.
Oh my gosh, how can you not see it? It's so good. It's about aliens.
I watched
just-
like 2 episodes.
I don't like him.
Gosh, guys.
I like how he looks, but I don't like him. I like her. Like Chun Ji-yeon, oh my gosh, she was like beautiful. And she just does everything.
I love her. She's just such an amazing actress. Like, she has so much personality, and even if in the drama you're like, this plot is weird, it just makes a lot of sense once you start watching it. And the actress and the actor, they really carry it, because it's just, they have such great chemistry, and she's so funny. Oh my god, I can't even. Like, I think I was obsessed with that drama. Like, after I finished it, I was just like, I don't know, I like cried a bunch during the drama, because I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do when it's over. Guys, hair is kind of funny. It kind of looks like a cap or something.
Oh.
Then I realized he was so, like, his character was so attractive. So it was really good.
Doesn't he also not have feelings or something? Like I remember like in some of the like clips that I've seen on like Facebook, doesn't he like talk monotone or something? Like,
he has feelings, but I think the thing about him is because he came to Earth, he came to Korea like hundreds of years ago. So he basically like talks in the style from hundreds of years ago. So it sounds really like old fashioned, but he's kind of like a grandpa in a hot young body.
So my last choice is gonna be Sky Castle. Oh my god, I love that drama so much. It's so dramatic, like you never know what's gonna happen. And then, yeah, it's just, so good. It's so good. Okay, anyways. I also feel like this drama also reflects to our society nowadays, like how many tiger parents are there. Because I don't think there are any dramas that talks about that much. So it's mainly about some materialistic upper class parents. They're trying to make their kids become like the top students in Korea and go to the Sky universities, which are, I think, Seoul National University, Korea University, and Yonsei. Is that how you pronounce it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they're like the Ivy Leagues in Korea. Yeah, and so in the whole drama, they're just like making them go to like private tutoring sessions and then like pay for really expensive tutors, and then ended up, okay, I'm not gonna tell you what's gonna happen, but check it out because it's so good.
This one on Commit or Quit. So
yes.
basically, so Cherry recommended this podcast on Spotify called Commit or Quit, hosted by Eric Nama and his brothers, and that is really good. I've been listening to it every day when I'm like doing my makeup and stuff.
Same.
Yeah, and they talked about Sky Castle.
At first, I didn't want to start because there are like no young actors and actresses in that
young
drama.
Beautiful actors.
Yeah, but then once I started, I couldn't stop because it was just so dramatic. Like each episode is like linked to another one. So if you have 16 hours that you can spend, just watch it in one day.
I think my favorite part of that whole drama was there's this couple who they have 2 children, I think, and the husband is like the university professor, I think. And then he talks about the pyramid. Whatever he said is like such a cliche, like, oh, you need to be on the top of the pyramid kind of thing. So then he buys a pyramid to show his kid.
The other part was when one of their kids, the oldest girl, came back, and then she has been lying the whole time saying that she got into Harvard, but she actually didn't. She I don't know where she was, but anyways, yeah. I think it's mainly in Asia countries. I think people are so obsessed with success. So like they try to like push their kids so much that they have to lie in their life.
Isn't there also a mystery about one of the parent committing suicide. I think one of their problem was that they had such a great like ancestor who went to like one of the Sky University who became a doctor, and then so they were trying to push their son to be part of that line. I think it's a little bit normal in Korea that they pride in that, and that becomes like a social class. If you add that on top of being a doctor, it's just like another level. Amazing.
That's like in Something in the Rain, like the mom really wanted her to marry a family that had like, you know, that had gone to one of those major universities. It's like such a prestigious kind of thing.
The last one that I chose, this is called Moon Lovers Scarlet Heart Rio, and in Korean is 달의 연인 보보 경심녀. On the last episode, I remember just sitting in the dorms and just like sobbing by myself because it was so good. But
That's
I sobbed.
the one with IU, right?
Yeah.
I love IU.
Oh my god, I don't know how she acts and sings like that. And her body, she is like a stick, but like she looks like a nice Barbie stick. Beautiful. The cast, I cannot sit still because the casts were so good looking. Some of them weren't as popular during that time, and then now they became really popular. This drama was aired in 2016, and the first episode, it takes place of IU, who is 25 years old. She does not go by IU, but she is in 21st century. And then for some reason, she gets transported into Goryeo-시대, like the Goryeo dynasty. And it's year 941, and then she is in a body of one of the girl who I guess was one of the workers, like somewhere like this, like a nice beautiful house, but then she was working for the family who were ruling Korea during that time. And then so there's about I don't know how many princes there were, but I feel like there were like 9. And then she is like in the middle of all these princes who becomes friend, but then also like they fall in love, and then like she develops feeling for one of the guy and or two, you know, as many as possible, you know. Go girl, go get them all, you know, they're princes.
Oh my gosh.
General thing that they discuss is like the rivalry in the royal family and also like how politics work, because I was really curious if this was fake or real. I mean, obviously IU transporting to back to time, obviously that's the fake part, but the family were real.
You know, my favorite thing about all these dramas is the glow up, like the transformation.
Oh yeah.
There's a movie that was about this singer.
Yeah,
And then
like
she
that.
had the most beautiful voice, and she was like the background singer for like the real singer, but the real singer couldn't sing. She sang in the backstage, and then she falls in love with this producer, but then she knew that he would never fall for anyone who looks like her. So then she goes through like a severe amount of plastic surgery, and then she loses weight, and then I love that one.
I like that one. And I remember when they were making out, because her nose is it's not real, right? And then that guy's nose was just like this, and then she was like, "Oh, don't touch this part." Yes.
One is also about like supernatural stuff. It's called Strong Woman Tobang-sun.
I love that one.
It's so good.
She's so cute. Oh my god.
Yeah, I know. She's adorable. And the guy character is also really attractive.
Oh, he's so handsome. Oh.
Basically, this one is about a girl that has like superhuman strength, and this trait like runs through the women in her family. So she becomes the bodyguard of the video game company CEO, who is our, you know, love interest. And they fall in love, and it's really cute. And it's so nice because it's like we have a really like literally strong female character. Even though she looks really cute, she's like super badass.
I wish they date in real life because they're so cute. They look so good together. Oh my god.
So this is like the honorable mention / dramas that we could have fit into the 3.
I'm gonna keep it short, so I'm just gonna maybe just say the name of it and then just a couple lines about what it's about. So the first one I'm gonna say is The World of the Married. It's so dramatic. I like it because it's so dramatic, and it talks about like a married couple, they're betraying on each other, and then how they take revenge. And it's just so dramatic. Oh, and the other one, the next one I'm gonna talk about is Hotel de Luna.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I like it because it's IU, obviously, and it's just an IU fashion show because She never wear the same thing. Yeah.
She looks so good.
Yes. That drama also, I feel like it also reflects on life. It talks about like how you should just follow the flow and just enjoy life. That kind of thing. And it was so touching. I remember my mom was watching with me. She was literally crying. She was like the whole time. It was hilarious.
Yeah, I watched like a couple episodes of that on the plane, and I really, really liked it. I think I didn't watch because I was afraid I would get too addicted and I would just, watch it all in one go. So I stopped, but I really, really liked it, and I thought she just looked so beautiful. I like literally have a girl crush on her.
Forgot to mention this drama.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yes. So I will also put Crash Landing on You in my honorable mention list. It's just because oh my god, look at them. Beautiful humans. I just can't stop loving them. And also it's just really interesting to see how like talking about South Korea and North Korea. Yeah, it's very not realistic, but at the same time it's very interesting.
One of the really good ones that I saw, it's called My Father is Strange.
Oh. Sounds really scary.
No, it's like a sitcom where there's 52 episodes, and this was aired in 2017. And there's one actor, Lee Yuri. Her career took off because of this drama because, well, she already had a career. She was refounded by the Korean public. After this drama, she did all the ads basically, like on TV.
Mm.
Storyline basically involves career, love, and then family, which is like the most important thing that normal human would sort of, it's about how they overcame their hard times together. And she also has like two other siblings, and they like talk about relationship problems with each other, and it's like really nice. And then she gets married, and then she gets in problems with the in-laws and stuff. And it's like it's hilarious because it's taken into a comedy side, but then like people can relate. They have the typical mother-in-law who always like looks and wants to know what's happening. There was a scene where mother-in-law would like look under their room, like in the door, like to see what they're doing. So then what she did
That's
was like she
creepy.
was like, yeah, I know, but then like so she was like, okay, let's make a compromise. So she basically cut like this much of the bottom part of the door, and she's like, yeah, you can look, but then that means we can also see you. It's taken into like a very comedy side, but then also like it's a problem that maybe we will face one day, or like people can relate to. So I highly recommend for that one to be seen.
What was the name of that one again?
My Father is Strange.
My Father is Strange.
Yeah.
I have a couple ones that I wanted to mention. First one is Dream High, which
Oh yes.
Yeah, so like in high school, in the beginning of high school, that was when I first started getting into K-pop and Korean dramas like more often, and a lot of my friends were also watching Dream High, and that was the first time we saw people like IU, Suzy, and
Taekyeon, 2
Taekyeon
p.m.
from 2PM, and Kim Soo-hyun. So like all these really famous stars that we see now, that was kind of how they got famous. That one was really good. It's about a couple of students that enter like an art school, and they basically just all improve and they learn skills. There's dancing, singing, all of the K-pop kind of skills, and they all want to debut and get famous. And yeah, it's just so good. And like everyone like knew the songs and stuff. It was so great. And that scene where IU was singing, not just IU, like they were all singing Girls' Generation, like
Genie.
So
Yeah.
yeah, and that was like my first time hearing Girls' Generation, and immediately I became like a super fan, like Girls' Generation fan. Yeah, and I like learned all the dances and stuff. But
yes, where their legs are just like this.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, that was so good.
That thing had like different series after that, but I think the first one only got like the best ones.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't watch the ones after that.
I did, but it wasn't as good.
One that I really liked was called in English it's called Uncontrollably Fond. with Kim Woo-bin and Suzy.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That
was
was
really
the
good.
drama before he got cancer, right?
Yeah. And it's really sad because in the drama, his character gets cancer. So I think it was just like, it was like really devastating to hear that he actually got cancer, like in real life. So, but I think I'm glad to hear that he's getting better. But yeah, that one was really good, and like it was so aesthetic, like the way they filmed it. All the colors are just really nice, and the soundtrack. I listen to it almost every single day. Still, like my Spotify playlist, it has Uncontrollably Fond OST.
Mm.
I have two movies that I wanted to talk about. The first one is My Sassy Girl.
Oh,
Yeah, and I think like that one's like pretty old, but it's with the actress from the Alien drama, because she's so good. And that one's just about, it's from the perspective of a guy, and this guy in his I think 20s, he meets this girl, this sassy girl, and it's about their love story, and it's so good. The other movie I wanted to talk about is The Man from Nowhere with Won Bin. Do you know him?
Yes, of course. He's a beautiful, beautiful
Yeah,
sculptor.
he's so handsome. It's about this guy who was a former, I think, like secret agent, so he could do all the cool fighting moves and stuff. And he basically stops working as an agent, and he just goes back to like a life of solitude. But his neighbor, who is a little girl and a single mom, when the mom gets killed, there are gangs and violent people like kidnapping the girl. So this guy decides to go rescue her, and it's just really good. And there's a scene where because in the beginning of the movie he has long hair, and there's a scene when he like, I don't know, like he like gives himself a haircut. He goes like, and then it's just,
Oh, I think
yeah,
that was like that's like really famous scene from that
yeah,
whole
yeah.
thing. Yeah, and people were
Oh
like,
my God. Yeah, he looks so good in that one.
can I just add something to my
Yeah.
list? Okay, so I'm going to just mention some of the movie, well, just like one movie, and then like few Korean dramas that flipped Korea. Just because, well, I feel like it probably flipped me more than the Korea. But okay, so the most recent one was called Misty. That's the one about the anchor. It's sort of like a murder mystery. It has to do with like marriage and career and dignity of a woman like who has so much pride. And then the other one, it's Money Flower. I don't quite remember what it was about, but I remember that it had to do with like betrayal and love. But it's like so amazing. And then I'm just gonna mention like just the names of the original ones that, you know, that did that like a long time ago, the OGs. The first one is Stairway to Heaven.
Oh my gosh.
Literally.
Al told me about that recently, and I
Oh my god, you
really
have
sad.
to watch it. Yeah, I know, but it's like, I mean, the acting, if I look at it now, some of it is not as good, but then still, it's amazing. Like, it will tear you up. So that one. And then there's something that happened in Bali. It's another triangle love, and it's like between friends. The ending was a little bit shocking, and I think that's why like it flipped Korea. And there's also Kung, which is I think the palace.
yeah.
That one is another classic. I would like to thank our special guest Lucy for joining us on our today's episode on Korean drama, and thank you for sharing all your favorites and spending this quality time. I know you're a busy person and very very busy, but I would like to thank you that you spared this precious time to us.
Yes. Comment down below and let us know what is your favorite K-drama so we can check it out sometime.
Like and subscribe down below.
Yay!